Tonight's headlines: President Duterte says Philippines won't withdraw ships from West Philippine Sea. President Duterte seeks ENRILE'S lecture on the West Philippine Sea. GCQ with heightened restrictions and NCR Plus a good median. Coronavirus cases in the country at 1,131,467. ELEAZAR orders police commanders to prevent mass gatherings. LPA in Easterlies to bring rains over Mindanao. PSEI closes in the green. And foreign reserves up to $107.25 billion. Good evening. Today is Friday, May 14, 2021. I am Elmer Navarro Manuel, and this is Tribune News on Q. Here are the stories for this evening. President Rodrigo Duterte has declared that the Philippines will not pull out its ships in the West Philippine Sea despite the country's debt of gratitude to China, saying he is willing to die to defend his position. Though not mentioned by Duterte, the Chinese government has donated at least 1 million doses of Sinovac's COVID-19 vaccine to the Philippines. This was on top of the 25 million Sinovac doses that the Philippine government bought from China. Duterte also called on China to understand the Philippines' position while expressing doubts if the United Nations could really help the Philippines in defending its legal claims in the West Philippine Sea. The Philippines and China agreed to simultaneously pull out their respective vessels from Scarborough Shoal, a traditional fishing ground in the West Philippine Sea, back in 2012 after a prolonged standoff between the two parties. President Rodrigo Duterte on Friday has invited former Senate President Juan Ponce Enrile to discuss the West Philippine Sea issue with him. Ahead of the 30-minute explanation of presidential spokesperson Harry Roque about the Philippines' legal claims in the West Philippine Sea, Duterte said he would be all ears if the former lawmaker were to discuss the WPS issue with him. Duterte, who is 76 years old, is optimistic that he can persuade the 97-year-old Enrile to give in to his request. To recall, the Hague-based Permanent Court of Arbitration had already rejected China's claim of sovereignty in the entire South China Sea and outlawed China's aggression against Filipino fisherfolk in Scarborough Shoal in a July 2016 decision. House Speaker Lord Alan Velasco believes that placing the NCR Plus under general community quarantine with heightened restrictions is a good median to balance health and economy amid the pandemic. Velasco supported the decision of the national government to place Metro Manila and the provinces of Bulacan, Laguna, Rizal, and Cavite under GCQ with heightened restrictions from May 15 to 31. Under the quarantine status, non-essential travel is still prohibited in and out of the NCR Plus. Among the economic activities allowed under the new quarantine classification are indoor dining services at 20% venue or seating capacity, outdoor or al fresco dining at 50% venue or seating capacity, and outdoor tourism. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayad.
Fiber is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family, anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Fiber now.
The Department of Health reported 6,784 confirmed coronavirus disease cases on Friday to bring the total number of infected in the country to 1,131,467, even as 5 laboratories failed to submit data on time. This brought the active cases to 58,986, and of the total, 93.5% are mild, 2.3% are symptomatic, 1.8% are severe, and 1.3% are in critical condition. The number of recoveries, on the other hand, rose to 1,053,523 after 2,972 patients recovered from the deadly disease. The death toll now stands at 18,958 following 137 fatalities recorded. Data also show that 59% of the country's intensive care unit beds are in use, while 40% of the mechanical ventilators are occupied. In other news, Philippine National Police Chief Police General Guillermo ELEAZAR on Friday called on all police commanders to strictly monitor their areas and prevent gatherings amid the fiesta season. ELEAZAR said the police would closely coordinate with the local government units, including barangay officials, to ensure that there are no coronavirus super spreader events. He also said that police would no longer warn violators, as this rule has been implemented since last year. However, ELEAZAR assured the public that law enforcers would not hurt or punish violators. State Weather Bureau Pagasa announced that a low-pressure area, formerly Tropical Depression Crising, and the Easterlies were expected to bring cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms across several Mindanao and Visayas areas. In its 24-hour forecast, the weather agency said the affected areas included the Eastern Visayas, Northern Mindanao, Zamboanga Peninsula, Bangsamoro, Soc-Sargen, Surigao del Norte, and the Dinagat Islands. Pagasa warned of possible flash floods or landslides during moderate to at times heavy rains. Meanwhile, Metro Manila and the rest of the country will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms due to the easterlies. We'll pause for a short break. Stay with us.
That's it, never thought self-service can be this slick. Modify plans in a snap, walang hirap, it's a wrap. Just tap the app, now you can check, view, subscribe, renew, help and support for you. Out with the Ring apps are the in thing, you know what to do. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Self-service and easy to use, mas okay tayo dyan. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Instant response, no hold time pa, wala nang hintayan. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
Download the Globe One and Globe at Home apps from Google Play Store and Apple App Store now.
Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
In business, the Philippine Stock Exchange Index recovered on Friday due to bargain hunting. The main equities index rose by 0.53% or 32.96 points to 6,296.36 at the closing bell. The broader all shares, however, fell by 0.18% or 7.02 points to 3,850.98. Regina Capital Development Corporation Head of Sales Luis Limbingan said that local shares ended the week on a positive note as bottom fishing drove the PSEI to close in positive territory as most of the session was spent on the red. Volume totaled 4.18 billion shares amounting to 11.06 billion pesos. Losers led gainers at 152 to 50 and 52 shares were unchanged. And the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas on Friday disclosed that the Philippines' foreign reserves rose to $107.25 billion as of end April this year on the back of the national government's issuance of foreign currency denominated bonds. Based on central bank data, the country's gross international reserves level, a measure of a country's ability to settle import payments and service foreign debts at end April this year, is higher compared to end March's $104.48 billion. The BSP also noted that an upward adjustment in the value of its gold holdings due to the increase in the price of gold in the international market contributed to the higher GIR level. The central bank added that the GIR level represents a more than adequate external liquidity buffer which can help cushion the domestic economy against external shocks. That wraps up the stories tonight. Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune Digital Edition and Press Reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store or Google Play to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarsito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just visit the sticker store and search for Katribu. And before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store and the Araneta City for their continued support. Again, this is Elmer Navarro Manuel and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good night, and God bless us all.
Hatch something big! The all-new Honda City hatchback with 4 seating modes. Utility mode, long mode, tall mode, refresh mode. The all-new City hatchback. Hatch more life!
Montero Sport. Elevate your journey.
Drive your ambition.